Heartgold and Soulsilver begins with 3 chimes. I believe this is Entei, Raikou, and Suicune being resurrected. The legend of Ekritique is that 150 years before the game starts, the Brass Tower, also known as the Tower of Lugia, burned in a fire with 3 nameless Pokemon perishing inside. Then Ho-Oh somehow brought them back, and the Tower of Ho-Oh is the Bell Tower. Here are 4 reasons why it's the chimes that resurrect them. First, Shinto shrines usually have a string of bells that you pull on to summon the gods, and in HeartGold you use the clear bell to summon Ho-Oh on top of the pagoda-shaped bell tower. And the bell tower was said to awaken Pokemon while the brass tower was where Pokemon were said to rest. And the opening really works well with this symbolism since it goes from all black to a rising sun. Second, the music when Ho-Oh is summoned also has chimes being run to a similar beat as the intro. Third, the translation was updated from Tin Tower in Gold Silver Crystal to Bell Tower in Heartgold Soulsilver. The Japanese word Suzu can mean both, and it probably was meant to be a play on words originally, but I don't think they would have updated the translation in Heartgold Soulsilver if it wasn't important. And the bells at the beginning of the opening cutscene, as well as the entire Ho-Oh music and dance sequence, were elements that were added to Heartgold that were not in the original. I think these updates were Game Freak's way of clarifying the lore of Johto. Fourth, the clear bell is the item that summons Ho-Oh, and its description is just that it makes a gentle ringing. The Ekritique legend says that people were afraid of the power of Ho-Oh and tried and failed to control it by force. And when you summon Ho-Oh, a kimono girl says, "So many people have tried only to fail, but the player's heart and the clear bell in harmony have made Ho-Oh appear." Wouldn't it make sense in the legend if people were trying to use a clear bell to revive people or Pokemon? And when you get the clear bell in Crystal, the radio director says that it was dug up during the construction of the radio tower, and then he says that it was probably because all sorts of Pokemon lived in Goldenrod in the past. But isn't it interesting that he finds a bell and immediately thinks of the Pokemon of the past? It's curious. And I know I'm reading deep into it, but it's just my personal headcanon. What do you think?